2014, singer Beyonce Knowles made $54 million, while her husband, Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z, made $56 million. I know what you're thinking. That's not too bad. That's what I said. But let's not refrain from the fact that she still made $2 million less than her husband while being in the same industry. Gender inequality in the workforce is real, and it affects mostly women. In her internet Q&A in 2015, professor of sociology at Harvard University, Mary Brinton stated, "As a society, we need to recognize the contributions that each individual, male or female, can make to the workforce." In 2010, women earned 77 cents to a dollar that a man earned. Today, we're going to talk about gender inequality in the workforce. We're going to touch base on the gender roles, the effects on women, and some potential solutions. As described in an article, Child Psychology, women are perceived to be passive, sensitive, supportive, and nurturing, where men are perceived to be strong, they mask their emotions, they're aggressive, and they're assertive. In her article, Gender and Communication Finding Common Ground in 1998, Dee Norton stated that at an early age, men learn how to compete, how to be aggressive, play to win, and take risks. Also, in an article by Boundless.com on gender and sociology in 2015, when a woman behaves in an aggressive manner, in an assertive manner, or isn't friendly, she comes off as aggressive because it doesn't go with her gender role. In our book also, Looking Out, Looking In, a man who stands up for his belief is approved because he's tough or he's persistent, whereas to a woman that stands up for her beliefs is considered a bitch or a nag. Beyonce Knowles has this song called If I Were a Boy. I don't out of bed, throw out where I wanted to go. In this song, she expresses how she feels that male gender roles are more liberating than those of women. For example, what she means by this is if she were a boy, she'd roll out of bed, throw on what she wanted, and go. When men can do that, but a woman, if she does that, if she's even caught with a hair out of place, there's something wrong, and she's judged. But if a man steps out looking like he literally just woke up, it doesn't make any difference. Now, we got familiar with the gender roles. Let's talk about inequality and how it affects women in the workforce. Women almost always have to work twice as hard as men to reach higher positions in their jobs. According to an article in the Huffington Post, 54% of people agree. A lot of women have to work harder because companies think, am I going to want to hire a CEO that's potentially going to get pregnant, leave for 3 months, and potentially hurt the company? Or am I going to have a man that obviously doesn't get pregnant, won't have to leave the company, and won't be won't play a crucial part in the company's downfall? Also, in my research, I found something that's called gender role compliance advantage. What this is the tendency of masculinity benefiting a person. What this does is it increases social status for men, it provides more resources for income, and it boosts their self-esteem. In the same Huffington Post article, it states that women working full-time were paid only 79% of what men were paid in 2014. Also, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, 535 full-time jobs that were detected, and out of the 125 jobs with comparable data, men earned more than women. Now, it is argued that a lot of times men and women don't pursue the same careers, or sometimes the job opportunities are not the same. But what happens when women do pursue the same careers as men? The gender pay gap is persistent. For example, male surgeons earn 37.7% more than women surgeons. Women earning less than men have a huge impact on the home and families because life happens. Women procreate. We have children to take care of. Unlike men, obviously they don't have babies. Most of the time they're single men, and with women, paid time, leave time is always common, and sometimes jobs aren't helpful with paid time off. Women are less likely to earn leave or extended pay leave. Only 27% of women earned Only 27% of women earn their full wages when taking time off to care for themselves or for their families, while men earn 39% of their full wages on similar absence. Now, we talked about gender roles, the gender inequality, and we talked about how it affects women in the workforce. Now let's talk about some potential solutions. According to the website American Progress in 2014, closing the gender pay gap will give women the equality they deserve, like their work being valued and not getting penalized for taking time off to care for their caregiving responsibilities. They also listed to raise the minimum wage. This will help women better support their families financially. They also said to pass sick day legislations. With this, women won't have to put their health or their family's health at risk. They won't have to worry about taking time off, and they won't have to worry about not showing up, not being able to go to work and not getting paid, because obviously when you take some sick days off, a lot of jobs don't offer you paid sick days. Another solution would be National Family and Medical Leave Insurance programs. What this would do would provide wage replacement for women and men to better care for their families. Also, have an open mind. Times have changed, and not a lot of women have that thought of having children or being a stay-at-home mom. Women have minds of their own. They want to be successful. They have ambition. We don't have to depend on our husbands to have a name or anything like that. Today we discussed and got familiar with gender roles and inequality and how they affect women in the workforce, as well as with some potential solutions. Now, I know what you're thinking. We may not all be Beyonce earning only $2 million less than her husband, but with the statistics that I read, and I learned and I saw the difference in what men and women, the difference in their pays, it's something worth knowing about. Ignorance is not bliss. You know, a lot of women think that they work hard and they make enough money, but they never see what their male coworkers are making. Have you ever sat down with somebody that you work with and, hey, compare what you guys get paid? It's different. Like I said, women give birth, women have to take time off, and men don't have to. But that doesn't mean that because we're women, our work has to be less valued or we have to get paid less. So ladies, please remember, behind every successful woman is herself. And I'm gonna leave you with this quote. Why does society seem to be threatened by women who are strong and have their shit together? It baffles me when they shun such women. I would think a woman like that is an asset, someone you'd want on your team, no?